When you don't meet a goal, you should just give up, right? Like, it's a sign that it's not meant to be. You would think I would have gotten that message after not meeting my goals for 3 years in a row. It's pretty painfully obvious that something isn't working, right? I set these big ambitious goals, namely writing a book, and all kinds of things came up, and it felt like everything in the world was conspiring against me, so it has yet to come to fruition. But being the crazy person that I am, or just being maybe the really dedicated, hardworking, ambitious person that I want to be, I know that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. There are so many real things that you can do to achieve your goals. It does take time, often a lot more time than we anticipate, certainly more time than we want. But in this video, I want to break apart what my big goals have been, why I have failed to reach them, and why I am recommitted to achieving them this year in 2023. In fact, I am going out on a limb and I am setting even bigger, more audacious goals for this year because I just want to make it happen. And I know that I can take everything I have learned and use that to my advantage. I want to show you how I do it. I want to show you this process of dedicating yourself, committing yourself, and we'll see where it goes. So right away, enter in the comments, firstly, if you have ever failed to meet a goal or if you failed to meet your goals from last year. And then secondly, if you too are a perpetual dreamer, if you are someone that just can't give up on the dreams on your heart. I have been a dreamer since middle school at least. In fact, way back in the day, this is how old I am, but way back in the day when dial-up internet and all that stuff came out and I was creating my first little AOL usernames and passwords and stuff like that, I picked dreamer as my password. Of course, it's not what it is anymore, not because I'm not a dreamer, but because passwords have had to get way more, tricky and complicated since people are so smart. Anyway, I digress. The point is that you can't take the dreamer out of me. I have such big dreams on my heart, dreams that I believe and know deep down that God has put there for a reason, that He is calling me to do these big things. And I wish I could say I'd achieved them already, but let's dive into it. Let me break down my goals. Be sure and watch to the end because that's where I'm gonna really delve into the how of what I'm doing differently this year to make sure I reach my 2023 goals. Now, if you watched this video from last year, you would know that the big goal I have failed to meet is writing this academic book. I started it in 2019. I was working so hard and then bam, the pandemic hit. So for a variety of reasons, I wanted to get back on track in 2021, but family circumstances prevented that. And then I thought 2022 was really gonna be my year, only to find that here I was with my beautiful, wonderful fourth baby and no daycare. And so I couldn't work as much or in the capacity that I needed to, especially because writing my book isn't just the kind of thing where I can sit down and immediately get thoughts out on paper. It's very deep, analytical, creative work. It takes a lot of mental capacity, and that's just not the reality of new mom life, right? Or life with a new baby. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. Then the other big goal that I had was to keep growing my business and this YouTube channel. You may recall that I have wanted for so long to reach the 10,000 YouTube subscribers mark. I, at the time of this recording, am almost to 2,600 subscribers and I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your time to connect with me and support this channel, and I hope that everything I share helps you. But wow, yeah, it is not so fast and easy, at least not for me, it seems, to gain more and more subscribers. Part of that goes back to the reason I didn't get my book done last year, which is that I had many life things come up. In addition to having a fourth baby and not having childcare, we had a bunch of really painful, horrible family deaths. My mom got diagnosed with cancer, and I've just been on just like that. I have been on an emotional roller coaster that makes it hard for me to be consistent. It has made it very hard for me to take the time that I otherwise would have for my business, because if you didn't already know, this is what I do for fun on top of a full-time job. So I'm a professor by day, mom to 4 little boys throughout, just trying to keep my head above water all of the time. And that's why I am so passionate about sharing the productivity and time management tools I use with you, because they have made a big difference. But I am all about priorities. If you have watched me for any length of time, you know that I always underscore how crucial it is to know what is most important in your life. And you've got to be doing what those things are. You've got to be following your priorities and aligning your time with your priorities, even when it means setting aside the dreams that you have on your heart. So I wasn't able to post many YouTube videos last fall or last summer. You can watch plenty of other videos where I have given you the recap of all the obstacles that came up along the year as I was trying to slay my goals. But then I had personal goals, like I wanted to get in the best shape ever, and I was gonna be such an awesome, house maker. I was gonna be cooking all these meals for my family. I'm sure you can imagine that if I didn't meet my big goals, I also failed to keep my small goals. And the reason that that's the case is because I did not keep up with the daily and weekly habits necessary for achieving them. Now, I have spent years researching and implementing what is scientifically shown to help you be successful, right? Success as you define it. And I define it as having a well-balanced life, having my own identity above and beyond my amazing vocation as a wife and a mother. I love my career as a professor, but I also feel called to share and serve here with you and help other moms navigate this complex reality that is working mom life. So having habits that undergird and support your goals is essential. Now, I have spoken many times about the proven pathway to achieve your goals. I have a free Goal Slayer Gals cheat sheet that lays this out for you, and I periodically run these incredible Goal Slayer Gals groups where ambitious women cheer each other on as we go after a goal for 60 days. I just can't speak highly enough about the women that are in our group. However, knowing what to do for a goal is, as you know, very different from doing it. And so I knew what to do for my goals, but I didn't enforce those rules for myself. I was busy encouraging and supporting other women, and I let myself slide. I did not put in place accountability systems to keep up with what I was supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna change that up this year. I will skip over some of the other goals that I had last year, but the big point I wanna make is that my goals for 2023 are as follows. Now, I've written my big goals for the year on this scratch piece of paper. It's very official, right? Maybe I will laminate it, make it more formal. But if you see me looking down, I'm simply reading the notes that I made to myself. I divide my goals into 3 different categories. And so as you are setting goals, it's whatever's relevant for you. But my 3 categories are my professional aspirations for my academic work as a professor, my business related goals for Solutions for Simplicity, and then of course my personal and family goals. So for my professional job, I am definitely committed to getting my book done by May 31st. I really have to get this done. It cannot go on any longer. It's been far too long as it is, and that has weighed on me. It has not been good for my mental health to let this go on. More than that, I have signed up to meet with book publishers at a big conference I'm going to in April as a means of lighting that fire under myself. I've got to have my book done so that I can meet with publishers and hopefully get a book contract. And then I want to be all finished by the end of May so that I can turn my attention elsewhere. I am technically just a 9-month employee, and I want to really take time off this summer, which I have not done for years, if ever. And I want to just rediscover myself. I just want to have time to get my life back in order. And that has been on hold because I've had all of these remaining things that have gone undone and unfinished for so long. So big professional goal is getting my book done. On top of that, I want to write a new paper, which will definitely happen because I am supposed to present it at 2 different conferences this spring. Then I have an article that is currently under review at a very awesome journal in my field, and I've done everything I can at this point to get it published. So this goal, is one that is out of my hands, if you will, but I really want that journal article to land. I pray that it gets accepted. And if it doesn't, I'm committed to sending it elsewhere and getting it published in another academic forum, right? That's how the review process works. Then the other and final professional goal I have is to get a sabbatical. I earned one when I got tenure, but I have to apply and go through a formal proposal process. Trying to write that, it has not come easily to me, especially because my book project has gone unfinished, because I can't use my sabbatical, my research time off of teaching, for the book research. The book needs to be done, and then I need to be researching something else. So anyway, my sabbatical proposal is due January 31st. I am applying, and then it will be up to the dean and the provost of my university whether or not I get accepted for fall. If I don't, then that goal kind of gets put back on the back burner for another year. My business related goals are bigger than ever. You're welcome to laugh, but I also want you to see me as that crazy person that aims higher than seems possible in hopes of making it even farther than I otherwise would. As the saying goes, and maybe I have it backwards, I always get it confused, but aim for the stars or aim for the moon and you'll land on the stars, something like that. Aim so much higher than you think is realistic, and you will at least get farther than you otherwise would. So keep that in mind. That's my goal setting philosophy. I am first and foremost going to hire a business coach this year. I have been really just set on doing things my own way and thinking that I could figure everything out myself, business related, marketing related, sales related, and I don't doubt that that is the case. But given that my time and energy are such limited resources, I am discouraged with how little I feel like I have to show for the time and effort I have put in, given that that time and energy comes above and beyond my professional job and my family responsibilities. Now, again, I'm so grateful to all of you, and I am blown away by what my business has done, given that it's a side business, right? So I'm so proud of everything I've done, but I still have even bigger dreams of where I want it to go. And I now realize that I need to invest in myself and invest in my business to fast track that success. I know I could figure it out, but I'm tired of waiting. I want things to be moving bigger and faster than they are, and I have my eye on a couple incredible coaches that I cannot wait to work with. I also have just learned from working with my own coaching clients, right? Here I've been the coach, but I have yet to be coached myself. I have seen how much better and faster their transformation is when they get an outside perspective. And that's to be expected. Even the most awesome professional athletes or the highest performers in the world, they have coaches who are helping to point out their blind spots, helping to give them clues or tips that they are oblivious to themselves. So that's what I need, right? I need extra eyes on my business. The second and real big goal I have for my business is, drumroll please, I am committed to making 6 figures this year. You're welcome to laugh. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like a lot, but there are also plenty of other women, plenty of other businesses out there who are doing this and more, even as a side business. So I've done the math. I know that this is possible, and it's just really something that I can't wait to achieve. It's a milestone. It's not like, I'm going to give up if I don't reach that goal, but I really want to push myself. And if I could meet or exceed that goal this year, I would be over the moon excited. Again, lots of strategy, lots of tactics going into how I'm going to make that happen. And I'll hit on some of those in a second. Third business goal is, again, reaching 10,000 YouTube subscribers. This is the 3rd or 4th year that I've had this goal, and it's kind of out of my hands, but I am committed to publishing regular content, ideally publishing more than one video a week. That's always been my goal, but I need time and help to do that. And that brings me to my fourth business goal, which is that I am going to hire help this year. I am desperate for more time for me to focus on my, as they call it, zone of genius, right? My creation process. And that means that I need other people to help me with the tedious parts like video editing or social media management or the things that are very time consuming and that I don't necessarily need to be doing. Up to this point, I haven't had the financial resources to hire help, at least not without, taking out some loans and things like that. But thanks be to God, I am at that point this year, and it's another way that I'm going to be investing in my own success and in my business by hiring help. So I hope that will free up more time for me to be consistent and get more content out for you. Next big business goal is something I have wanted to do for forever, really since I started this business. I first started with YouTube because I love connecting with you on video, but I want to launch a podcast. I have wanted to do this for a long time because it's another way that I could meet new people, right? Have a bigger audience and just connect with people based on their preferred platform. As a busy mom, I sure know that I love watching videos, but I don't have time to always sit down and watch a video start to finish. It is much easier for me to listen to things while I'm driving or doing the dishes or folding laundry or whatever, right? And so my main audience, you, right? Busy, hardworking mamas that want to improve their lives. I know that like me, you prefer listening to podcasts so that you can get information and really connect with whoever it is you're listening to. So that's something that I hope to launch later in the fall. Got to get my book done first and then stay tuned. Let me know if you're excited. Comment below with any ideas or topics you want me to cover, but I really hope that that will happen. Next, I have said this before, but it really needs to happen. In order for my business to work, I need to work in a way that is more aligned with my priorities. I fell short in 2022. How do we say that? 2022, because I pushed myself so hard, even through the emotional roller coasters, and I got burnout. I didn't sleep enough. I wasn't prioritizing my own health. And then I just wasn't my best self for you or for my family, and certainly not for my own longevity. So in order for my business to work, I need to have better work-life boundaries, and that entails having clock in, clock out hours, times that I am not on call, and really mentally checking out of my business so that I can focus on my health, on my family, and of course, my day job, which I already do. Now, last but not least, my big personal goal for the year is to get strong and healthy. I did work on this last year, and I'm normally a person who is really into natural living, really good health and recipes, and traditional cooking and alternative remedies, all that kind of stuff. That's the way that I grew up, and it's just one of the things that I enjoy. So thankfully, I know I'm at maybe a little better starting point than I would be health-wise, but I have not made exercise a priority, nor have I been sleeping enough, as I mentioned. So this year, especially with the big 4-0 coming up for me, I have to take care of my health. I need to get out and move my body. I need to lift weights, and I want to find something that I enjoy doing. I'm a very social person, and yet as a busy mom, I don't have a lot of opportunities for connecting with other women or groups. So I don't know. I got to figure out some solutions for that. But I want to just feel strong and take care of my body. That's just an ongoing thing. All right, so here's how I'm gonna make all of that happen, or at least my action plan, if you will, for trying to make sure I reach my 2023 goals after having failed for so many years prior to this. I realize that all of what happened in the previous years is data that I can analyze to figure out what worked and what didn't. And that's something that I am constantly encouraging my clients to do, because tracking your progress is essential. But in order to track your progress, you need to identify the key metrics that are relevant to the goals you are going after. So in terms of my book, I need to, from the get-go, schedule in consistent times that I'm going to be sitting down and doing nothing but writing my book. I need to make sure that this happens on the daily and that I am keeping that appointment with myself. But then I will track every day what I did, how many pages I wrote, or the activities that I did. And I've broken down the big goal of writing the book into the specific chapters that need to be written, the data analyses that need to be run, the research I need to do on writing a book prospectus and meeting with the publishers, etc., right? So I have more of the stepping stones along the way. And then, this is the key point, I have identified the habits that I need to do every day in order to at least, have a chance of slaying this goal. So habits like the sitting down on a regular basis and blocking out that time in my planner. That's the kind of thing that I guess I've known needed to happen for a long time, but it is truthfully easier said than done. Now, in terms of my personal goal, let's take fitness for an example. It's wonderful to say I want to get in amazing shape, but again, I need to put on my calendar when I'm going to exercise classes or that I'm signing up for tennis lessons or whatever it is, right? And then it is most important to build in accountability for your goals where you are publicly declaring what you want to achieve and you have cheerleaders or a support system in your corner to keep you on track, because you are inevitably going to lose motivation. I definitely have, right? Especially when big hard things come up, like when I found out that my mom, right, has cancer. It was like gut punch to the stomach. All the wind got taken out of my sails, and my whole plan for what I was going to do last fall and all the book writing I was going to do, it just went out the window. I did not feel like doing it, so I didn't. I just kind of hid, or I escaped into other projects and things that seemed easier and more fun and whatever, right? I'm embarrassed to admit that, but it is true. Even as a productivity and goals coach, I am so guilty of just avoiding the hard work that needs to happen when the reality is that doing the hard work was what I needed to feel better, right? Because I just can't take this hanging over me anymore. The point is that I have the structure and the training and the accountability out there to help other women in my Goal Slayer Gals group, but I have not invested in getting it myself. So that's where having an outside support system or hiring help for my business and hiring a business coach and then hiring people or working with colleagues at my academic job to get my book done, that's what I'm doing, right? I know that I need that just that routine check-in, and I need someone that is going to put a little bit of pressure on me in a good way, right? Not the hammer coming down and not someone berating me, because I am hard enough on myself. Let me know if this is you too, but oftentimes we are our own worst critics, and when we fail to meet a goal or when we fall off track, when we lose our momentum, we just feel so bad about it that we run and hide and avoid it because it's so uncomfortable, and it is so hard to get back on track. But the person that can make you feel better is an accountability partner or a coach or something like that. So for those reasons, I just, use them as examples of the kinds of things I'm going to be doing this year. You can be my accountability partners too. I really, famous last words. So knock on wood, but I really want to be reporting back in 2024 saying that I conquered these goals, that I got these things done, and I want to have so much to show for the incredible dreams and aspirations that are here on my heart. Again, I lay all of the science-backed steps to slaying a goal out in my free Goal Slayer Gals cheat sheet, or you can go to goalslayergals.com. I created that separate website for the Goal Slayer Gals program in addition to my Solutions for Simplicity website because it's its own theme, right? The Solutions for Simplicity stuff is all about productivity, time management, and especially helping overwhelmed, overworked women break out of that rut, right? Really get back on track and reorganize their lives so that they have more time and energy for who and what they love. But when they have done that, right, the next step is to push yourself and go after these big dreams on your heart. So that's why Goal Slayer Gals is like the sister program or sister website, if you will, to Solutions for Simplicity. It's still me, still all part of the same program, and I will be running these incredible 60-day goal slaying sprints multiple times throughout the year, at least once per quarter. So sign up if you're interested, get on the wait list if one is not open right this minute. Let me know down below some of your goals for 2023 because I am so here cheering you on. I know you can do it and I want you to cheer me on if you would as well. I always know that I am that crazy person, but I want to inspire and motivate you and then be someone that you can laugh at if I continue to fail. But I just am so determined that that's not gonna happen this year. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share my YouTube channel with anyone that you think would benefit from it. I have over 160 videos now on ways that busy mamas can get their lives together and be more of who they wanna be for themselves, for their families, and go after the dreams on their heart. I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.